Good day, everyone. Welcome to our Guardian Eye Masterclass. The purpose of our Masterclass sessions is to introduce you a little bit more about the products we have available within our product stack. And joining me today is Managing Director of Guardian Eye, Rodney Taylor. Welcome to our Masterclass.
Thank you, Chris.
So the product that we'll discuss a little bit about today will be our mobile device management, which is a software-based product. Can you give us a little bit of an introduction to our mobile device management?
Yeah, so I think let's start off with, Guardian Eye as a business. So Guardian Eye was formed 12 years ago. It started off as just a business that monitors cameras on a national basis in South Africa, and a business that was looking after access control and visitor management, and that's really where the business started from.
Yeah.
The business has morphed incredibly over the last couple of years with the explosion of the Internet of Things, that we've got this robust IoT platform which is agnostic, and it allows us to connect any sensor to our platform, to our nerve center, and our monitoring team that's obviously watching all of these assets that are out there at the moment. Some scary stats. We've all got children at home that are constantly on their cell phones or on their tablets, that there are 7.7 billion mobile devices connected today, globally, and we only have got 8 billion people on this planet. So gives you an indication of the number of devices that are out there. A second scary stat, and a growing stat, is the Internet of Things is on a massive up curve. The last stats, we were heading to 45 billion connected IoT sensors globally. So for us, I mean, it's a no-brainer. The Guardian Eye, with us, with our infrastructure and our powerful IoT platform, an extension would be to start managing mobile devices with this growth. And that's what we went out and done. We went and saw exactly what's the best of breed out there, and we've worked very hard with our development team and our international partners, and we've come up with an amazing product. And the product itself is to manage any iOS device, any Android device, or any Windows device. And from a management perspective, we all know of the cyber security threats that are currently happening out there at the moment. And your cell phone or your point of sale device, point of sale credit card machines, your point of sale devices that you see all the logistics companies that are using, there's this boom out there of click and collect. So there's this constant threat of devices security on the edge. And that threat obviously is a threat to the consumer as well as a threat to the enterprise customer. So where Guardian Eye fits in, our software gets deployed on the edge device, which allows us to manage that device centrally from our nerve center, which allows us certain key features, locking the device down, not allowing the device to go to certain sites or URLs. It allows us to send over the air the latest updates or upgrades that we're required to do on the actual phones itself. A big cost with IoT for business is the cost of data. So another really good value add is we can manage the data on that physical phone. We've got tools that allows us to allocate certain data to certain phones. We can apply policies on the phone that that if it's a bring your own device policy that the company has got, we can ring fence that only during working hours is that device actually managed, and then after hours it becomes all those policies are deleted. We are able to track the devices. We are able to track them within a very close area, depending on what plan you're on, within a meter with GPS. We're able to geofence the devices. If a device moves out of a certain area, it'll send an alert. We're able to turn devices on or off. I mean, if a device is stolen, the first thing people will do is they'll generally switch it off. We can quickly turn the device back on, geofence, geolocate it, as well as wipe any information that may be critical that the customer or the enterprise doesn't want to fall into the wrong hands.
And which is very important, though, when it comes to sensitive information.
100%. And we all know how sensitive the information is on people's phones. Your banking details there, your personal communication is, your business contracts could be on there. So there's a lot of vital private information there, and that is kept very secure in obviously our database. But I must highlight to the viewers, we can't see your information.
No.
Okay, people often say to me, well, Big Brother, are you going inside my device and can you physically see my email or my WhatsApp? Or
Yeah.
most definitely not. We are there to manage the operating system of that phone. So if you don't want a consumer to go to WhatsApp, we will shut them down that they can't transact to WhatsApp, as an example.
So that's a very, very important point that you raised. So if I understand it correctly, there's quite a lot of features that the software allows. And if I understand it, it's purely software-based product. There's
100%.
no hardware involved whatsoever.
100%. So it's once again, that's our strategy as a business at Guardian R. Total managed business services is what we're striving for. But behind wonderful software, you need people.
Yeah.
And that's where our nerve center comes to play. We've got highly trained, skilled people inside our nerve center, which are, they're very reactive to our customers' needs and requirements. It's a 24/7 body shop that's running, that's managing and monitoring all of these physical devices out there. And, we've got 1 or 2 customers globally now that we've got in excess of 500,000 devices on our platform. So this is a product that can scale with any size business.
Fantastic. So if we look at the devices that you connect, and I think if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned about 43 to 45 billion IoT devices connected to the internet.
Yes.
And we can load our software on those devices in order to manage them from a software layer, right?
100%.
So as I understand it, technology grows quite quickly from a cell phone to an IoT device. How does the software enable the end client to be able to manage it from a mobile device management software when technology is so quickly growing?
So, I mean, it's the platforms are evolving so fast. iOS is bringing out a new release every 6-8 months. Android is bringing out those releases every 6-8 months. So our software will always work backwards with any upgrade that's done. So, there's no requirement for you have to do that upgrade. But any software that's going forward, we're constantly developing and redeploying new versions to keep up with the cell phone manufacturers.
So those firmware versions that we need to update.
100%, and it's all done via the air. We can remotely deploy thousands and thousands of upgrades, within instance. A big part of the business now is even with regards to satellite TV. Your satellite TV boxes in your house, that now is a big risk. That is connected to the internet. How do you manage it? With our software, once again, we can manage that Android layer that's sitting on site all these satellite boxes, and you can evolve the product that you can ultimately, if a customer had not paid for the subscription, you could actually then ultimately go and turn that unit off.
Sure.
You can also use the physical software to remote into devices. That gives you access to a device that if you need to remove an app, or if you need to add an app, or if you need to change security settings, it allows us to access the device, obviously with the permission of the user or the administrator, that we can, from our nerve center, reach out to all of these devices and remotely manage and look after them.
Fantastic. And then my last question that I have for you, Rodney, is me as an end client that's going to make use of your mobile device management software, will I have access to the backend in order to see my data?
So from a data perspective, the product comes with a load of reports. So most definitely, I mean, if you want to pull reports on any specific information around your asset, the customer themselves has access to do that. Some clients want a total managed service, and they request that those types of reports get generated by us on a monthly basis, and those then reports are presented to the customer as a service.
Oh, fantastic. Rodney, I want to thank you for your time presenting mobile device management to our viewers. Thank you.
Excellent. And once again, thanks for the viewers' time today.